afternoon, people. Welcome back to another video. First of all, I am out and about, as you can see, and the plan for today, or at least the plan for the next few videos, or at some point over the next few videos, is for me to kind of figure out what my favourite roll of film is out of those three that you just seen: Kodak Ektar, Kodak Gold, and Portra. Probably 400, but the Portra range in general. Obviously I've only shot one of those, being actually I've shot two of the Portras, but out of the trio that I showed you earlier, Portra 400 is the only one that I've actually shot so far, and I actually really like how that turned out. But when I'm shooting photos on the digital camera, I do like quite a bit of saturation and also quite a bit of contrast. Although I do like the shots that I got on Portra, a little bit extra contrast would be nice, and I'm hoping that Kodak Ektar today might give me the results that I'm looking for. So that is the plan. I'm just going to sort of drive around, sort of hopefully stop at a few spots, finish this roll of film, hopefully, if I can, and just see what the results are, because this is my first time shooting Kodak Ektar 100. I have got it loaded into the Yashica Mat, and yeah, see if I can get some compositions and take some shots. Quite a nice day. Probably not the greatest for filming because I'm completely overexposed, but yeah, quite a nice day. Squinting too, not ideal. Okay, so I think okay, so shot number 3 of the day, the electric poles I just thought were quite satisfying, the symmetry of them. It would have been nice if there had been a third one, but what can you do? Yeah, just sort of trying some things just to see, like I said, what sort of results I can get with Ektar, and if I like the contrast and the colours. So yeah, probably move on from this spot now. I think the lighting's gonna get a little bit better, so hopefully I can get some more shots. But I mean, who knows, it could start raining. You just never know. Okay, so just took a quick drive from the previous spot where I got the last photo that you've seen, and have ended up here. Pretty nice, no? Obviously that is a joke, and we are actually in Portugal, and if you tuned into the live stream, if it went live and worked, then you would already know that. But we are in Portugal, and this is the first shot that I will be taking in the Algarve. Finishing off this, oh, there's an ant on my camera. Oh, he's inside it. Ew. He's not anymore. Probs should close that just in case another one comes. But yeah, finishing off this roll of Ektar, and I mean, it's gonna be a pretty mixed bag of shots, going from kind of gloomy Ireland to a sunset Ireland to a very bright and warm Algarve coast. But yeah, gonna finish this roll, take this first shot. I'm currently waiting on a boat to hopefully fly past here. Very minimal shot. The light's kind of still a bit harsh, but try it anyway. I'm just hoping that all the boats aren't finished for the evening, because that would be kind of annoying. But yeah, welcome to Portugal. Also, I have got burnt, you probably can't see it, but one day here, a few beers, some dinner, and the Irish boy has been burnt. Typical. Okay, so this shot I don't think it's going to work. We've been sitting here for what, like 20 minutes? 25 minutes?
Definitely more.
I think the boats have all stopped for the evening, which is quite typical. The shot's not great by itself, so I think we'll just move on to whatever the next shot might be. Okay, those are the exact type of compositions I'm looking for when we're walking about places like this. That one was a little bit trickier, although the public service people are that painted that bench done me a favour, because nobody sat on it. Two palm trees, bench in the middle. As you know, I'm fond of a good photo of a bench, but that is my cup of tea. I know, true. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty well. Interesting. But maybe it works this time. Hello, hello. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Did a quick blowing of the memory card sort out the problem? Seems to be working thus far. Who even thought it was possible to come to the beach and not get sand over absolutely everything? Thought we would do the outroad of this one outside, because we are in the Algarve and I just couldn't be bothered setting up the lights and everything indoors. It's just a pain in the ass. So here we are. Sand.
I'm pretty sure this is a nicer backdrop anyway.
Probably is. But yeah, that was the final shot of the roll. Managed to get the whole roll shot. It just took me travelling to 2 different countries. Yeah, a flight, different country, and I got the roll finished. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the shots on that roll. There are a few that I prefer more than others. And obviously I'd watched a few videos, seen some other... Okay, so I just need to stop this one here 1 sec. I had the camera set to auto ISO, and normally that works fine for these type of scenarios, but for some reason it wanted to overexpose and then underexpose. If you know me, you know I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to these videos, and this literally makes me sick to my stomach putting that clip in, but it is what it is. Photos using Ektar before I actually decided I wanted to try it out, and I quite liked their photos, and I heard obviously that there's quite an increase in saturation with Ektar and quite an increase in contrast as well. And to be honest, I didn't think there was going to be as much of a difference as there actually was. I thought there would be a noticeable difference between Portra and Ektar. I just didn't think it would be as strong as it actually is. Some of the photos on this roll, especially during the midday, particularly a few that we got here in the Algarve, definitely have a blue magenta sort of tint to them. Now I know obviously depending on what way they're scanned and stuff, that can have an effect, but the shots later on at sunset look much better in my opinion, or at least some of them do, but a few of them definitely have that sort of bluey tint in the shadows, and that is really not something I like. Overall the photo's a lot more blue, and I've done a little bit of editing to sort of bring it back to what I thought it looked like at the time and what I was hoping it would look like when I got the scans back. But yeah, definitely not a fan of that blue tint in the shadows. I prefer my photos to be warm overall, and definitely in the shadows I like that warm sort of look to them, which I got in that last roll of Portra that I shot. So yeah, not a massive fan of that. But then the shots, especially the one of the bench and the 2 palm trees, pretty much looked exactly how I would have wanted it to turn out, and probably quite close to what Portra would have looked like, I think, except not just, or Portra wouldn't have been just as contrasty as the Ektar was. But yeah, that is only one roll, and that is me getting them developed from a lab here in the Algarve. I think I will shoot Ektar again, probably not in midday because I don't like how it turned out in the midday shots, or most of them, but the shots from home I think looked quite good too. I don't think it has quite as much retention in the highlights, quite as much of a dynamic range or recovering detail from the highlights as Portra does. I'm not sure if it should have or not, but that's one thing I noticed, bringing some of the highlights back in the sky and stuff kind of give you a more grey sort of weird look than what Portra did. But that is my first roll. I'll maybe try it again at some point, and yeah, there's definitely a few of the shots I do really like how they turned out. So I'm not blabbering in this whole video. Let's get the favourite photos. Did you have a favourite photo?
I did. I had 2 actually, because you know, you can never just have one. But the 2 standout ones for me are definitely the bench with the palm trees.
The bench.
You know that Chris does love a good bench, and that one, yeah, I feel the vibe with that one as well, especially those palm trees. They're just super cool. And the other one for me is the very, very vibrant like pink flowers, the kind of more up close shot, which you haven't really done a lot of with your film photos, so I kind of liked how that one, it's just so vibrant, and yeah, that one stands out to me.
Yeah, vibrant and punchy is definitely the word for that one. I think that's where Ektar definitely shines compared to Portra, where you'd probably feel like you want to bring a lot of the saturation back, whereas Ektar with those flowers, it looks extremely nice. And the shot of Christina I do like as well, where I sort of shot past her, and I done that one handheld too, just because I kind of wanted to get that sort of vibe to it. Obviously the skin tones have almost too saturated, but I do like how that one turned out. And yeah, my favourite one overall would be the ones of the bench and the palm tree, so I'll be adding that to the collection of bench photos.
It could possibly be a new print for our wall.
It could be. That is exactly the type of shots I'd be looking for, like I said. But yeah, we'll not blabber on too much more. Just wanted to try that roll of Ektar out, and now I need to try out Kodak Gold, because like I said, Portra, Ektar and Kodak Gold are the three that I think are probably more in my area of what I would shoot. Obviously when it comes to colour you're kind of limited in 120, but yeah, I want to try out Kodak Gold and I think it'll work very nicely here in the Algarve, so hopefully I can get a roll of that done before we leave here, or if not it'll be in Spain, so similar vibes. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one, hopefully you like some of the photos there. If you've tried Ektar before, feel free to let me know in the comments and let me know your thoughts, if it's something you like and will continue to shoot, or you just really don't like how it turns out. Anything to add?
Not really. Subscribe.
If you enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up, consider subscribing if you want to see more, and before we lose all the light, I think that's it for this one. So as we always say, take it easy.
Don't be a stranger.
Not often we finish a video on the beach.
I've got pins and needles in them.
Yeah, there's sand all over me.